Hi guys, welcome back to the Unfiltered Minds Podcast, and today with you is Allison. Today I want to talk about anxiety, and I wanted to really get into it, so let's get going. Anxiety is a normal feeling or worry of fear. We all deal with anxiety, and sometimes it can get out of hand where it actually is diagnosed by a trusted counselor or therapist. But here is some symptoms that you might have if you have anxiety, if you're thinking that you're kind of having some. So, anxiety has symptoms of emotional and mental restlessness, and it's a feeling where you're kind of on edge all the time. You have difficulty concentrating and you have racing thoughts. It's so common as teenagers because, Noelle and I are teenagers running this mental health campaign, and for us, being teenage girls is so easy to have anxiety about school, about life in general. And I always think of the, average example of getting really anxious before taking a test or something. So, yeah, it's just that feeling of being like, your heart is racing and you're just like, oh my gosh, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what can I do in this moment? I don't know anything on the test. It's just this almost battling with yourself of your thoughts and emotions. And it can lead to physical symptoms like a rapid heart rate, sweating, trembling, shortness of breath, fatigue, headaches. And what's crazy is that for me personally, I get a lot of stomach aches whenever I have anxiety. And sometimes we kind of don't even realize that we're anxious about something, but our body is trying to tell us something. And that's so crazy how the body is so intricate in that way. But our bodies actually can put on these physical kind of symptoms of like, I'm not okay. Like, I'm having this anxiety attack. You need to take care of me and you need to wind down and stuff like that. And for me, my stomach is almost like a second brain and it reacts to the littlest things. So for me, whenever I'm feeling very anxious, having anxiety, it's through stomach aches. But that's just another symptom. There's also muscle tension, sleep problems, and it can just overall just really take over your life if you let it. There's also behavioral issues. So whenever we have anxiety, sometimes we can be a little on guard all the time, and we can even, be a little bit quiet. Some people, and I believe that's so important that we realize that those people in class that are timid, that are shy, maybe not speaking, maybe they're dealing with a lot of anxiety. And sometimes we have to navigate through that and make ourselves places of comfort for them. And how can we help them in that time? And how can we show kindness and love and affection during their silent times of little panic attacks that they might have? So realizing that people can show it through just being silent, and maybe they're dealing with a silent battle, that's a behavioral symptom, and we just have to recognize that. So there are causes and risk factors when it comes to anxiety. For me, I know that there is like a genetic background of anxiety. So a family history of anxiety increases the risk. And for me, my dad personally has a lot of anxiety that he's had his entire life, which has been passed down to me and my sisters. And we've all gotten diagnosed through a therapist, which I highly recommend if you're truly thinking that you have anxiety and you need some help with it. But there's also other risk factors like brain chemistry, environment, and the trauma around it. There can be chronic stress, major life changes, and just all these different things. There's a lot of different anxiety disorders too. We have generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, social anxiety disorder, where you're kind of scared in a social setting, specific phobias, and separation anxiety disorder. Those are just some of the main disorders. Of course, we see anxiety in all of these different forms, but I think that it's so important to get a background. And it can affect our daily life. It interferes with school, work, relationships, leading us to act differently and just behave overall differently. And some things that I wanted to end this video off with is treatment and management. So if you seriously are trying to get over your anxiety and you believe that it's gotten to a problem that takes over your life, I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, recommend that you should seek therapy and seek counseling. It is so important that we talk about our emotions and find ways to work around it and find ways to kind of aid and, find these little strategies that help us during these anxiety attacks, because it's so normal. So treatment and management can include therapy. You might even consider medication if it might help, like antidepressants or anti-anxiety medications. There's also lifestyle changes like regular exercise, deep breathing, healthy diet, mindfulness, meditation, and also just seek support. And that's what we're here at Host of Mental Health PC to be for you. We want to be that support. We want to help you, and we also want to educate you on what mental health is and why it's so important. And with that, I just want to say that we love you guys so much. And if you guys need any help, please check out our Instagram, check out our TikTok, our YouTube, our Substack, and we're here for you always. Thanks so much.